Dear student, today we are going to take 10th lecture, okay, of physics paper PH 150 mark. Okay, the topic is cardinal points. In the last lecture, I have given you the introduction about cardinal points. Okay. As you know that I have defined optical system. What do you mean by optical system? That optical system is a system consisting more than one lens a system consisting more than one lenses. I have shown three lenses, combination of three lenses L1, L2, L3. A system consisting more than one lenses having a common principal axis is called optical system. So optical system is a system consisting more than one lenses L1, L2, L3 having the same or common principal axis is called optical system. You know very well that you are very much familiar with the optical instrument, binocular, camera, spectrometer, right? Telescope, microscope. They are these optical systems which consist more than one lenses. Okay, having the common principal axis. Okay, the image formed by the optical system, is fair enough and it is without any defect. Okay. Now, in the last lecture, as I told you, that we have 6 cardinal points. The optical system is characterized by 6 cardinal points. Optical system is characterized by 6 cardinal points. I have given you the name of that 6 cardinal points. Number 1, 2 focal points. F1 and F2. 2 principal points. P1 and P2. And 2 nodal points. N1 and N2. So there are 6 cardinal points which characterize the optical system. There are 2 focal points denoted by F1 and F2, 2 principal points P1 and P2, and 2 nodal points N1 and N2. The combination of these 6 points is called a cardinal points of optical system. And the plane passing through focal points are called focal plane. Plane passing through the principal points are called principal planes, and plane passing through the nodal point and perpendicular to the axis are called nodal planes. So today, okay, this thing we have seen in the last lecture. So today we will study the characteristics of focal points and principal points. So we start with the focal points. So first we describe what are the focal points and what are the focal planes. For that we consider this is a principal axis. Okay. I consider the optical system made up of 2 lenses L1 and L2. This is lens L1 and this is lens L2. So let us consider a system of two lenses. This is the first lens L1 and this is the second lens L2. Okay. I consider one point F1 on the left hand side of the optical system. I consider one point F1 on the left hand side of the optical system. Okay. So now, if the ray of light emitted from point F1 and incident on the first lens, okay, it undergoes refraction into lens L1 and lens L2, and after refraction, undergoing refraction in both the lenses, it will emerge out in the direction QW. So F1s is the incident ray. The incident ray F1s is incident on the first lens. This ray undergoes refraction into the lens system. After refraction, it will emerge in the direction QW. So QW is the emergent ray. Right? So, what is the property of the first? This F1 is from the first focal point. The ray emitted from the first focal point F1, okay, become parallel after undergoing refraction into the lens system. Okay, so this is the property of first focal point. That any ray emitted from the focal point become parallel after the refraction. Okay, any ray emitted from the starting from the focal point F1 incident on the lens system after undergoing refraction, it always travel parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so this F1 is called the first principal focal point. So I write down the characteristics of the first focal point. Okay, you please note first focal point F1. First focal point F1. First focal point F1 is a point on the axis. Is a point on the axis. First focal point F1 is a point on the axis of an optical system such that the beam of light rendered parallel to the axis after refraction. So the ray first focal F1 is called the first focal point. The first focal point F1 is a point on the axis of the optical system such that the beam of light emitted from the first focal point F1 become parallel after the reflection. Once again I repeat, the first focal point F1 is a point on the axis of the optical system such that the ray of light emitted from the first focal point F1 after reflection become parallel to the axis. Okay, so any ray emitted from the first focal point F1 always becomes parallel to the axis after reflection. So I have written the characteristics of the first focal point F1. First focal point F1 is a point on the principal axis of the optical system such that the ray of light emitted from the first focal point F1 become parallel to the axis after undergoing refraction into the lens system. Okay, so F1 is called the first focal point. So F1 is called first focal point. Okay, now we consider one plane. Which passes through the focal point F1 and perpendicular to the principal axis. So this is plane AF1. This is first focal plane. right? So I have considered one plane AF1. The plane AF1 is passing through the first focal point F1 and perpendicular to the principal axis. So this AF1 is called the first principal plane. Okay. So I also define first principal plane. Okay. AF1 is the first principal plane. Sorry, first focal plane. So F1 is called the first focal point, and the plane passing through the first focal point F1 and perpendicular to the axis, which is AF1, is called first focal plane. I define what is the first focal plane. Please write down the definition. The plane passing through first focal point F1 and perpendicular to axis, that is AF1, is called first principal plane. Sorry, first focal plane. Right? The plane, you can imagine this type of plane. The plane passing through the first principal point P1 and perpendicular to the principal axis is called first principal plane. So I define the plane passing through the first focal point F1 and perpendicular to the principal axis, that is AF1 plane, is called first principal plane, which is perpendicular to the axis and passing through the first focal point F1. Okay, so this is about the first focal point. Okay, now we define what is the second focal point. Okay. So first focal point F1 is on the left hand side of the optical system. Okay, so this is the first lens L1, this is the second lens L2. Okay, and I consider as you define F1 is the first focal point. Okay, now I consider one ray of light traveling parallel to the axis. This is the incident. The incident ray, which is traveling parallel to the axis, undergoes reflection into the two lens system L1 and L2, and after undergoing reflection into the two lens system, it will pass through the point F2. This F2 is called second focal point. So a ray of light traveling parallel to the principal axis of optical system. Okay, after undergoing reflection, it always passes to the point F2. This F2 is called the second focal point. So I write the definition of second focal point in this way. So the ray of light parallel to the axis undergoes refraction into the lens system, and after refraction, it will pass through the point F2 on the right hand side of the optical system. This point F2 is called second focal point. So write the definition of second focal point. It is a point on the axis of optical system. Second focal point F2 is a point second focal point F2 is a point on the axis of optical system such that the beam of light traveling parallel to the axis after refraction passes through it. Okay, so this is the characteristics of the second focal point F2. On the principal axis of the optical system. Second focal point F2 is a point on the axis of optical system such that the ray of light traveling parallel to the axis after undergoing refraction through the lens system, it always passes to the second focal point F2. So second focal point F2 is a point on the axis of the optical system such that the ray of light traveling parallel to the axis, okay, undergoes refraction into the lens system, and after refraction, this parallel ray after refraction passes to the second focal point F2. So the ray of light traveling parallel to the axis undergoes refraction in the lens system, and after refraction it will pass through the point F2. This point F2 is called second focal point. Okay. So this is a well-known theory. You know that the ray of light traveling parallel to the axis, it always after refraction it always passes to the focal point, and any ray emitted from the focal point after reflection it will become parallel to the axis. That you know very well. So F2 is called the second focal point. F2 is called second focal point. F2 is the second focal point. Now I consider one plane passing through F2 and perpendicular to the axis. So, this plane represented by BF2. So this BF2 is the plane passing through the second focal point F2 and perpendicular to the axis. So this BF2 is called second focal plane. So BF2 is second focal plane. Right? So F1 is the first focal point. Okay. F2 is the second focal point. The plane BF2 passing through the second focal point F2 and perpendicular to the axis is called second focal plane. So this is about the focal planes. Okay. Now we describe principal points, and lastly we describe what are the nodal points. Right? Okay. So now we move to the next article, focal points. We have completed. F1 is called first focal point. The plane passing through the first focal point F1 and perpendicular to the axis AF1 is called first principal focal plane, first focal plane. F2 is called the second focal plane. The plane BF2 passing through the second focal point F2 and perpendicular to the axis is called second focal plane. Okay, now next we describe principal points. P1, P2 and principal planes. So we will now define principal points P1, P2 and principal planes. What are the principal points and what are the principal planes? For that again, we consider a lens system consisting of two lenses L1 and L2. Okay, so this is the principal axis. Principal axis. Let us consider a system of two lenses L1 and L2. This is my first lens L1. This is my second lens L2. The separation between two lenses is D. Right? So let us consider, in order to define the principal points, let us consider optical system of two lenses, right? L1 and L2. The separation between two lenses is D. Okay? As you know very well, we have already defined 2 points, F1 and F2. F1 is somewhere here, left side of the optical system. F2 is somewhere here. Now, so please write, consider an optical system of two lenses. Sorry, consider optical system of two lenses. Consider optical system of two lenses having focal points F1 and F2. So let us consider an optical system. Let us consider an optical system consisting of two lenses L1 and L2 separated by distance d, having focal points F1 and F2. Right? Okay. Now, what will happen? Okay. If I incident a ray of light parallel to the axis, what will happen? Let us see. Okay. So this OA is the incident ray. Okay. OA is the incident ray which is traveling parallel to the axis, right? So h1 is the height of the incident ray from the So h1 is the height of the incident ray from the axis. Okay. So let us incident a ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis. Okay. Now this incident ray undergoes refraction into lens system. Actually, the incident ray OA undergoes refraction at four surfaces of the two lenses. See, on the left hand side surface of the lens L1 it undergoes refraction. From the right hand side surface of lens L1 it undergoes refraction. From left hand side surface of lens L2 it undergoes refraction. From right hand side surface of the lens L2 it undergoes refraction. So it undergoes refraction at four surfaces of the lens L1 and L2. It undergoes refraction on the left hand side surface of lens L1 and right hand side surface of lens L2. Again it undergoes refraction from left hand side surface of the lens L2 and it undergoes refraction from right hand side surface of lens L2. So actually 4 refraction is going to occur, right? Okay, but we are not going to study that on the 4 refractions. Okay, that is a very tedious and complicated method. Okay, now this ray OA undergoes refraction in the lens system and traveling in this direction, this AB. Okay, so OA is the incident ray. You can say AB is the refracted ray. Refracted ray. You can see in the diagram that instead of going straight, the incident ray is deviated through an angle delta 1 in lens L2. Okay, now what will happen in lens L2? It again undergoes refraction, right? Okay, it undergoes refraction and pass through the focal point F2. Right? Okay, so OA is the incident ray. It undergoes refraction into lens L1 and travels in the direction AB. Right? From point B, instead of going straight, it again undergoes refraction and passes to the second focal point F2, because it is a theory. Whenever the ray of light traveling parallel to the axis, after undergoing refraction in the lens system, it always passes to the focal point F2. So this is called refracted ray. This is the refracted ray. This thing you have studied earlier at the high school, higher secondary level. That the ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis of the two lens system, then undergoes refraction into the first lens and travels in the direction AB. So AB is called the refracted ray. This ray again undergoes refraction into lens L2 and finally it will emerge out in the direction BF2 and passes to the second focal point F2. Okay. So in lens L1, the ray of light is deviated through the angle delta 1. Instead of going straight, it will deviate through angle delta 1 in lens L1, and instead of going straight, it will deviate through angle delta 2 in the second lens. So total deviation of the ray will be delta 1 plus delta 2. Okay. This is H1, this is H2. This I say it is H2. Okay. So I'm not going to, yes. So I write each and everything. OA is the incident ray. D is the distance between two lenses. Okay. OA is the incident ray. AB is the refracted ray. BF2. Sorry. This is emergent ray. I'm sorry. This is emergent ray. So OA is the incident ray, AB is the refracted ray, BF2 is the emergent ray. Right? The ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis. Okay. Is incident on the first lens at point A. It undergoes refraction into from the pore surface of the lens system. Then undergoes refraction into lens L1. It deviates to angle delta 1 in the first lens and travels in the direction AB. This ray again deviates to angle delta 2 in the second lens and emerge out in the direction BF2. So OA is the incident ray. Traveling parallel to the axis. Is incident of the lens system. It undergoes refraction into the first lens. It deviates to angle delta 1 and travels in the direction AB. Okay. This refracted AB again undergoes refraction into the second lens L2 and it again undergoes deviation delta 2 and passes to the second focal point F2. So OA is the incident ray, AB is the refracted ray, BF2 is the emergent ray. Okay. Next, d is the distance between two lenses. D, distance between two lenses L1 and L2. Then we write what is H1 and what is H2. H1 and H2. H1. What is H1? It is the height of the incident ray from axis. H1 is the height of the incident ray. Height of incident ray from axis. So H1 is the height of incident ray. H1 is the height of incident ray from the principal axis of the optical system. The height of the incident ray from the principal axis of the optical system is H1. What is H2? H2 is the height of refracted ray from the axis. H2 is the height of refracted ray from axis. So H2 is the height of refracted ray from the axis. Okay. Now, next, what is delta 1 and delta 2? Delta 1. Okay. Delta 1 is the deviation of the incident ray in lens L1. Right. So instead of going straight, the incident ray is deviated to angle delta 1 in the first lens. Right. So delta 1 is the deviation of the ray, in lens L1. And what is delta 2? Okay. So instead of going straight, the ray of light is deviated to angle delta 2 in the second lens. So delta 2 is the deviation of ray in lens L2. Delta 2 is the deviation of the ray, right? Delta 1 is the deviation of the incident ray in lens L1, and delta 2 is the deviation of the ray in lens L2. So what is the total deviation? Total deviation will be, right, the ray is deviated to angle delta 1 in the first lens. The ray is again deviated to angle delta 2 in the second lens. So total deviation of the ray will be delta 1 plus delta 2, right? Okay. So this is theory. Let us consider optical system consisting two lenses L1 and L2, having first focal point f1 and second focal point f2. The separation between two lenses is d. Okay. Now a ray of light OA, traveling parallel to the axis, brought to a focus ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis brought to a focus at point f2 in the image space of optical system. This is called object space, this is called image space. In the image space, optical system, right? So let us consider a ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis, undergoes deviation delta 1 into lens L1, travels in the direction AB. Again undergoes deviation delta 2 in lens L2 and travel in the direction BF2. So ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis, undergoes refraction into lens L1, it deviates to angle theta 1, travels in the direction AB. Okay. This refracted ray AB again undergoes refraction into lens L2, is deviated to angle theta 2 and passes to the second focal point F2. So brought to your focus at point F2 or in the image space of optical system. So what is the actual path of the light ray? It starts from O, it comes at A, then it comes at B, and then it passes to F2. So O, A, B, F2 is the actual path of the light ray. So next, the actual ray is reflected from four surfaces. The actual ray is reflected from four surfaces of lens system and follows the path. What is the actual path of the light ray? It starts from O, comes at A, then it comes at B, and then passes to F2. So O, A, B, F2 is the actual path of the light ray. O, A, B, F2 is the actual path of the ray. So actual ray is refracted at two surfaces of lens L1 and two surfaces of lens L2. So the actual incident ray is refracted at two surfaces of lens L1, two surfaces of lens L2. Okay, so the actual ray is refracted at four surfaces of the lens system and follows the path OA, B, F2. Right. So as I told you that the incident ray is refracted from left surface of lens L1, right surface of lens L2. Again, it reflects from left surface of lens L2, right surface of lens L2. So actual ray is reflected from four surfaces of lens L1 and L2, and it follows the path OA, B, F2. Now we define what is the principal point. Okay, now I extend the incident ray in the forward direction. I extend the incident ray in the forward direction. And I extend the emergent ray in the backward direction. So both the rays are meeting at point H2. If I extend the incident ray in the forward direction and I extend the emergent ray in the backward direction, both the rays are meeting at point H2. If I extend the incident ray OA in the forward direction and I extend the emergent ray in the backward direction, both the rays are meeting at point H2. Okay? The plane passing through point H2, and perpendicular to the axis, this H2P2 is called second principal plane, and this P2 point on the axis is called second principal plane. So if I extend the incident ray, so this is the incident ray, which is extended in forward direction. This is the emergent ray. Extended in the backward direction, both the rays are meeting at point H2. The plane passing through point H2 and perpendicular to the axis H2P2 is called second principal plane, and P2 point is called second principal point. Okay, so finally we define what is second principal plane point P2. Now if we extend incident ray, let us extend the incident ray, OA forward direction, because action incident ray way in the forward direction, and emergent ray in backward direction. They meet each other at point H2. Right? You can see the diagram that if they extend the incident ray way in forward direction, if they extend the incident ray way in forward direction, and they extend the emergent ray BF2 in backward direction, both the rays are meeting at point H2. Right? H2. Right? The plane passing through point H2 and perpendicular to the axis H2 P2 is called second principal plane, and P2 point is called second principal point. The plane passing through point H2 and perpendicular to the axis that plane is H2P2 is called second principal plane. And this point P2 on the axis of the principal axis is called second principal plane, and P2 is called second principal point. Right? So the plane passing through point H2, point H2 and perpendicular to the axis H2P2 is called second principal plane, and the point P2 on the axis is called second principal point. Okay, so this is the characteristics description of second principal plane and second principal point. That the ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis undergoes the refraction. The ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis undergoes refraction to lens system. It is reflected in the direction AB. Okay. And from lens L2 it emerges out in the direction BF2 passing through the second focal plane. So ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis. Undergoes refraction into the first lens L1. Okay. And traversing the reflected results in the direction AB. It again undergoes refraction into lens L2. Deviated to angle L2 in the second lens and passes through the after refraction. If the emergent ray passes through the second focal point. Okay. If I extend the incident ray in forward direction, and emergent ray BF in backward direction, the incident ray extending in forward direction and emergent ray extending in backward direction, both are meeting at point H2. Right, the plane passing through point H2, and perpendicular to the axis is H2P2 is called second principal plane, and the point P2 on the principal axis is called second principal point. Okay. Now I describe the first principal point and first principal plane. So let us describe the first principal plane and first principal point. Now describe first principal point P1 and first principal plane. The principal axis consider now let us define first principal point P1 and first principal plane. Again, let us consider a system of two lenses L1 and L2 separated by a distance d. So let us consider a optical system consisting of two lenses L1 and L2 separated by a distance d. Right? Okay. So f1 is the first focal point. F1 is the first focal point. F2 is the second focal point, and we have just defined P2, the second principal point. So we have now 3 points. F1 is the first focal point on the left hand side of the optical system. F2 is the second focal point on the right hand side of the optical system. P2 is the second principal point we have just defined. Okay. Now, if I consider a ray of light F1s is the incident ray. So it undergoes refraction into the first lens instead of going straight. Okay, it will be refracted into lens system and comes somewhere here. Right? So it undergoes deviation delta 1 in the first lens. Now at point Q, it again undergoes refraction, and instead of going straight, it will be deviated from the delta 2 and traverse parallel to the axis. So QW is the emergent ray. QW is the emergent ray. Okay. So you can see from the diagram. That F1s is the incident ray. Starting from the first focal point, let us consider the ray of light F1s starting from the first focal point F1. It undergoes deviation delta 1 in the first lens, okay, and travels in the direction SQ. From point Q, it again undergoes deviation delta 1 in the second lens, and the emergent ray will be parallel to the principal axis. Just wait for a minute. Sorry. So you can see in the diagram that the ray of light from the first focal point F1 is incident on the first lens L1 at point S. It undergoes deviation delta 1 in the first lens. Instead of going straight, it will be deviated to angle delta 1. Okay, it travels in the direction SQ. From lens L2, it is again deviated to angle delta 2 and travels parallel to the axis. So we mentioned some important points. consider ray F1 as consider ray F1 as passing through the first focal point F1, passing through first focal point F1, incident on optical system at point S. Right? So let us consider a ray. Let us consider a ray F1S, which is passing through the first focal point F1 and it is incident on the optical system at point S. So let us consider the incident ray F1S passing through the first focal point F1 and incident on point S of the first lens, L1 of the lens system. Now we know very well that the incident ray F1S passing through the first focal point F1 and incident on the first lens L1 at point S. Okay, it is deviated through angle delta 1. It is deviated through angle delta 1 in the first lens and travels in the direction S2. It travels in the direction S2. So the incident ray, instead of going straight, it is deviated through angle delta 1 in the first lens and travels in the direction S2. Okay. Now when it incident on the second lens, then instead of going straight, it will be deviated through angle delta 2 in the second lens and travel parallel to the axis, right? So this is the theory that you know very well, that when the ray of light, consider the ray of light F1S passing through the first focal point F1 and incident on first lens L1 at point S. Instead of going straight, it is deviated through angle delta 1 in the first lens and travels in the direction S2. This ray S2 is incident on lens L2. It again undergoes refraction and instead of going straight, it will again deviated through angle delta 2 and travels parallel to the axis. So emergent ray become parallel to the axis. Okay. Next. After refraction, it emerges first direction emergent ray नाम निकलता है QW. After refraction, it emerges from both the lenses L1 and L2. It emerges out in the direction it emerges along QW. Which is parallel to the axis. At the same height. As that of the ray OA. Right? So it emerges out in the direction QW, which is parallel to the axis at the same height as that of the ray OA. So this is the basic theory. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि any ray which is फोकल पॉइंट में से कोई रे निकलता है तो आफ्टर रिफ्लेक्शन इट बिकम पैरेलल. अगर कोई पैरेलल रे लेंस सिस्टम पे इंसिडेंट होता है तो आफ्टर रिफ्लेक्शन इट ऑलवेज पास टू द फोकल पॉइंट एट 2, राइट. ये बेसिक थियरी है, यू शुड अंडरस्टैंड दिस दैट अगर फोकल पॉइंट में से कोई रे निकल के इंसिडेंट का लेंस सिस्टम है तो आफ्टर रिफ्रैक्शन इट विल बी पैरेलल टू द एक्सिस। अगर कोई पैरेलल लेंस सिस्टम पे इंसिडेंट करता है तो आफ्टर रिफ्रैक्शन it passes to the focal point f2. Okay, now we do the same thing that we have done in the case of second principal point p2. Okay, now again we do the same thing, we extend the incident ray in forward direction and emergent ray in the backward direction. So let us extend the incident ray in the forward direction and emergent ray QW in the backward direction. Let us extend the incident ray in the forward direction and emergent ray in the backward direction. So both the rays, you can see in the diagram that both the rays are meeting at point H1. If I extend the incident ray in the forward direction, and emergent ray in the backward direction, both the rays are meeting at point H1. The plane passing through point H1, and perpendicular to the axis, is called first principal plane, and this point P1 is called first principal point. Right? So if I extend the incident ray in forward direction, emergent ray in backward direction, you can see both the rays are crossing at point H1. The plane passing through point H1 and perpendicular to the axis is called first principal plane, and P1 is called first principal point. So H1 P1 is called first principal plane, and P1 is called first principal point. So I define it. If incident ray I give the name of the incident ray F1S, and emergent ray QW, the incident ray F1S and emergent ray QW are extended in forward and backward direction. They cross each other. At point H1. You can see in the diagram, if incident ray F1S is extended in forward direction, and emergent ray F1S is extended in forward direction, backward direction, then incident ray extended in forward direction and emergent ray extended in backward direction, both the rays are meeting at point H1. The plane passing through point H1 and perpendicular to the axis H1 P1 is called first principal plane, and P1 is called first principal point. The plane passing through H1 and perpendicular to axis that is H1 P1 is called first principal plane, and point P1 is called first principal point. Right? So if if I extend the incident ray F1s is extended in forward direction, if incident ray F1s is extended in forward direction, emergent ray Q2 is extended in backward direction, then incident ray and emergent ray are passing at point H1, the plane passing through point H1 and perpendicular to the axis H1 P1 is called first principal plane and point Q1 is called first principal plane. So incident ray F1s is extended in forward direction, emergent ray Q2 is extended in backward direction, both the rays are meeting at point H1. The plane passing through point H1 and perpendicular to the axis, this H1 P1 plane is called first principal plane and P1 point is called first principal plane. So in short, we have defined 4 points today. 4 points. First focal point F1, second focal point F2, first principal point P1 and second principal point P2. Right? So F1 is the first focal point, F2 is the second focal point. The plane passing to the first focal point F1 is called first focal plane. The plane passing to the second focal point F2 and perpendicular to the axis is called second focal plane. The first plane passing to the first principal point P1 H1 P1 is called first principal plane. P1 is called first principal point. H2 P2 is called the second principal plane and P2 is called the second principal point. So this thing we have defined. Okay. Now the important thing is this. We combine. Yes. So I give you a very compact explanation of all the properties. Any ray passing through the first focal point F1, any ray passing through the first focal point F1 and incident in the lens system, after reflection it will become parallel. That is the property of the first focal point. F2, any ray traveling parallel to the axis, after reflection it will pass to the second focal point. Okay, and I have just defined principal P1 and P2 that you know very well. Okay, now combination of H1 P1 and H2 P2. Okay, so I will show both the principal point P1 and P2 together. Combination of H1 P1. You know H1 P1 is the first principal plane and H2 P2 is the second principal plane. Okay. So I draw the combined figure. Actually, we have draw the separate figure for second principal point P2 and first principal point P1. Okay. Now we will draw the combined figure showing the first principal point P1 and second principal point P2. Showing the first principal plane H1 P1 and second principal plane H2 P2. Again, this is the principal axis. As I told you, that H1 P1 this is the H1 P1 H2. Okay, so this H1 P1 is called the first principal plane and P1 is called the first principal point. So you can write down the plane passing through point H1. We have just defined the plane passing through point H1, and perpendicular to the axis H1 P1 is called first principal plane and P1 is called first principal plane. Plane passing through point H2 and perpendicular to the axis H2 P2 is called second principal plane and P2 is called second principal point. Okay, so H1 P1 is first principal plane and H2 P2 is the second principal plane. So H1 plane passing through point H1, plane passing through point H1 and perpendicular to the axis is called first principal plane. The plane passing through point H2 and perpendicular to the axis H2 is called the second principal plane. So H1 plane is the first principal plane, H2 plane is the second principal plane. This P1 is called first principal point. P1 is the first principal point. And P2 is called second principal point. So P1 is the first principal point, P2 is the second principal point. Okay. Now I consider two rays. One ray is OA is the incident ray. One. As you know, the ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis and incident on H1. Yes. Let me write here. This H1 P1, this is the first principal plane. And this H2 P2 on the right hand side is the second principal plane. Right? So ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis undergoes refraction into the laser system, and after refraction, it is a theory that it passed through the focal point F2. Pass through the focal point F2. Right? So OA is the first incident ray, and this H2 F2 is the first emergent ray. So this figure. Okay, now I am drawing both the figure together. Right? We have defined first principal point P1 and second principal point P2 separately. Now I draw the combined figure of showing the first principal point P1 and second principal point P2, first principal plane H1 P1 and second principal point plane P2. Okay, so ray of light OA traveling parallel to the axis and incident on point H1 of first principal plane is refracted, is looking that it is refracted from point H2 of the second principal plane. The ray is incident on the first principal plane and it is refracted from second principal plane from point H2 and travels in the direction H2 F2. This is the emergent ray. Right? Next. I consider the second ray F1s. Consider the second ray F1s. F1s. This is the second incident ray. This is the second incident ray. Okay. Now the second incident ray is passing through the first focal point F1, so you know very well. After refraction, it will become parallel to the axis. After refraction, it will become parallel to the axis, and okay, it will emerge out in the direction QW. So this is emergent ray 2. So I combine both the figure. You try to understand separately. Number one, the ray of light. First incident ray OA traveling parallel to the axis. Is incident on the first principal plane at point H1. It is refracted from point H2 of the second principal plane and travels in the direction, emerges in the direction H2 F2. Okay. So OA is the first incident ray traveling parallel to the axis. First incident ray traveling parallel to the axis is incident on the point H1 of the first principal plane. It is refracted from point H2 to the second principal plane and emerges out in the direction H2 F2. So H2 F2 is the first emergent ray. Second incident ray is F1s. Okay, passing through the first focal point F1 and incident on point H1 of the first principal plane. It again refracted from point H2 to second principal plane and become parallel to the axis after refraction. Okay, so you can see here both the incident rays both incident rays. First incident ray is OA and second incident ray is F1S. Right? Both the incident ray OA, both incident ray OA and F1S are directed towards H1. Are directed towards H1. दोनों रे H1 पॉइंट पे इंसिडेंट है. First incident ray OA, first incident ray traveling parallel to the axis, and second incident ray F1S, okay, are directed towards point H1. And after refraction, रिफ्रैक्शन के बाद ये दोनों रे कौन से पॉइंट से बाहर निकलते हैं? H2, राइट? ये दोनों इंसिडेंट रे H1 पॉइंट पे इंसिडेंट होते हैं एंड आफ्टर रिफ्रैक्शन के बाद दे विल सीम टू अपीयर रिफ्लेक्टेड फ्रॉम पॉइंट H2, राइट? रिफ्रैक्शन में दोनों रे H2 में से बाहर निकलते हैं एंड आफ्टर रिफ्रैक्शन they seem to come from point H2. They seem to come from point H2 of second principal ray. Right? तो दोनों first incident ray हुए and second incident ray F1S are directed towards H1. The incident on point H1 of the first incident ray. After refraction ये दोनों ray they will be refracted from point H2. Okay, one ray is going in the direction QF2, that is emergent ray 1, and other ray is going in the direction QW, that is the second incident ray. Right? So first incident ray OA traveling parallel to the axis is the incident of point H1 of the first incident ray. It is refracted from point H2 to second incident ray and emerges in the direction H2. The second incident ray F1S1 is incident on point H2 of first incident ray. After undergoing diffraction, it will be parallel to the axis. Okay, so you can say that H2 is the image of point H1. Okay? You can see that H1 this side is H1. This side is also H. Right? So we can say that H1 and H2. So if you consider H1 as the object, then H2 will be the image. So we can say that H2 is the image of point H2. H2. If you consider H1 as the object, then H2 is the image, right? So H2 is the image of if you consider H1 as object, then H2 is the image of point H2. So point H2 is the image of point H1, right? So H1 and H2 are called conjugate points. H1 and H2 are called conjugate points, right? H1 if you consider H1 as the object, then H2 is the image of object H1. So H1 and H2 are the conjugate points. And now we finally calculate the lateral magnification. You have studied that lateral magnification is defined as image height upon object height. This H1 is the object. This H2 is the image. So what is the image height? H2 What is the object height? H1 You can say the height of the image H2 is small h1 and height of the object H1 is also small h1. So magnification is 1. magnification is 1. So lateral magnification of the principal planes. Lateral magnification of the principal plane is defined as the height of the image, which is h2 p2. Okay, if you consider h1 p1 as the object, whose height is h1, then h2 p2 is the image of object h1 p1. Its height is also h1. Okay, so let us calculate the lateral magnification. Lateral magnification, capital M, of the principal plane is defined as the height of the image, that is h2 p2 is small h1 divided by height of the object h1 p1 is small h1. So it is 1. So lateral magnification, capital M, of principal planes is defined as height of the image h2 p2 upon height of the object h1 p2. The height of the image h2 p2 is small h1 upon height of the object h1 p2 is also small h1. The height of image and height of object is same, so magnification will be 1. So we can say that principal planes are planes of unit magnification. What is the magnification of principal plane? 1. So therefore principal planes are called planes of unit magnification. Principal planes are called planes of unit magnification, because the height of the image and height of the object is same. So magnification of principal plane is h1, image height h1 upon the object height h1, there is 1. So principal planes are called the planes of unit magnification, and points p1 and p2 are called unit points. P1 and P2 points are called unit points. So this first principal plane h1 p1 and second principal plane h2 p2, whose magnification is 1, image height and object height is same, magnification is 1. This first principal plane h1 and p1 and second principal plane h2 p2 are called planes of unit magnification, and p1 and p2 are called unit points because the magnification is 1. So we stop here. Today we have studied 4 points. First focal point f1, second focal point f2, first principal point p1, second principal point p2. Next lecture we will discuss about nodal points and then see how the image is constructed using these 6 cardinal points. Thank you so much. We stop here.